Studies have shown that when less energy is put into ordering food, we'll make worse choices. Basically, it's less likely you'd go for large fries if the server didn't ask you if you'd like to boost the size of your meal.
Hey guys, it's me again, Rachel Fisher, and I hope you're hungry. But wait, before you check out this video, have you checked out Peach yet? Lindsay Ivan's new reaction channel? Well, if you haven't, get your ticket, hop on that train, and send Lindsay some love. We are so excited to launch this channel, and she's amazing, so give her things, give her love, give her likes, give her comments, give her subscriptions. She deserves it. Now on to the video itself that also relates to food, just not as healthy as a peach kind of food. If you're on a health kick right now or trying to minimize your late night Uber Eats orders, well, this is the video for you. Today, it's my job to be the bearer of bad news as I review our top 10 real tricks that fast food companies don't want you to know. Starting with number 10, fast food restaurants may seem like the cheaper option for a night in, but be careful what you ask for. They use a lot of tricks to get you to spend more money, so whatever you do, don't ask for extra. Extra is the magical phrase that announces to a clerk that they can add an extra $1 for that dipping sauce you love so much, or for a dollop more of guacamole. We know what we're talking about. A cheeky trick to get more of what you want without increasing the price is to politely say after you've checked out, "Oh, can I get a little more of that?" Usually after you've cashed out is best. As someone whose first job was in the fast food industry, I can attest to the fact that due to pressure to get orders out, the cashier might just be a little too lazy to ring you back up. Also, if you want to keep saving more money, order from the cashier, not the touchscreen consoles. They are specifically designed to upsell you and make you feel less guilty for buying more. So, just saying. Coming in at number 9. If you're a fan of Wendy's chili, then you must absolutely love their burgers too. If a burger gets burnt, or they made too many that day, they will save them and grind them up as the meat for the chili. Though this isn't actually too bad of a thing, especially since they aren't wasting product, they don't tend to advertise it. Why? Because people have an aversion to eating day-old meat, I guess. Arriving at number 8, we all know the morning people who look down at you for ordering a sausage, egg, and cheese while they nibble their bran muffin and sip their black coffee. But joke's on them, friends. Grabbing a cup of fruit oatmeal or bran muffins at McDonald's are usually close to the most unhealthy thing you can order on the menu due to sugar content. Their fruit oatmeal contains 33 grams of sugar, and their fruit and fiber muffin is basically a cupcake. But to be fair, the breakfast sandwiches beat that in sodium, so I don't know, pick your battles. And this isn't just the case at McDonald's. You can assume the same at most other breakfast serving fast food joints. Either way, if you're gonna hit up the fast food route for breakfast, walk in there like a champion and just do it. Commit to the choice. As we've seen, it's nearly impossible to find the pinnacle of health at these places, despite how they're advertised. Coming in at number 7. It's a pretty big accomplishment, to say the least, to start a fast food chain legacy, as it was for Colonel Harlan Sanders. When he eventually decided to step down from KFC, he stayed on as a Goodwill ambassador to make sure the recipes stayed true to its origins. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Though many people love the franchise, what KFC doesn't want you to know is that they ruined it for the big guy. After Colonel sold the company in 1964, he toured the country sampling each KFC and was distraught to learn that the gravy tasted like cardboard and that the crispy chicken was no more than a fried dough ball wrapped around chicken. His opinion. And also his words. Still. Ouch. If he has this opinion, imagine how good KFC used to be. Because according to him, it is no longer as good as when the company first started. Number 6. This one is for anyone who didn't get fries with their order, got coffee instead of tea, or got an entirely different order than the one they asked for. Well, there's a reason for this. Based on a study completed by QSR magazine, between 10 different fast food chains on average, 84% of the time they'll get your order right, but restaurants like KFC may only get it right around 66% of the time. Fast food is meant to be fast, but if the food they're serving isn't designed for that, then accuracy suffers. The most common time for mistakes is during the dinner rush, so make sure to double check your order once you're through the drive-thru. Otherwise, you may drive off with a taco instead of a burger. You know how that happens all the time. Coming in at number 5. If you've ever been to Tim Hortons, you may have seen that jug of coffee they keep on the warmer with some white marker on it, usually with a timestamp. Yeah, that's supposed to help keep a record of how long to keep the coffee there before they make a fresh new batch, like they're supposed to. Many other franchises also use this method for food warmer containers for burgers and chicken nuggets. But what you may not know is that every now and then, they make too much, and that every now and then they extend the timer. And they may do it a couple more times. Again, as someone who worked in a fast food chain, though I was never on the burger grill, I know for a fact people do that and throw the burger briefly back on the grill to heat it up before they sell it. Yeah, that's a thing. When it's slower than they anticipate it to be, this is something they do to prevent waste. I don't know how long people push it, so keep that in mind. A good trick around this to make sure that you get the freshest burger is to ask for a new one to be made fresh. They'll usually do it. Coming in at number 4, who doesn't love a good blizzard on a hot day? Or an entire ice cream cake to yourself even though it's not your birthday? But there's something wrong with that sentence, and it's not eating the whole cake part, because that's nothing to be ashamed about. It's actually the dairy part. Technically, and this is according to the official Dairy Queen website, the soft serve they serve doesn't technically qualify as ice cream. It doesn't contain the correct amount of butterfat content according to the FDA that would qualify their soft serve as ice milk or ice cream. According to the FDA, in order for a product to be considered ice cream, it has to contain 10% butterfat, while Dairy Queen only has 5%. Does that make it any less delicious? No. Did they lie about it on their website? No. Do they advertise it? No. And does that make people question the name dairy in the title? Yes. Number 3. Before we fully arrive at our top 3, make sure to press that like button if you like this video. And as always, subscribe for more. We love you. Look, we all love a little bit of barbecue. And fast food companies try to make their patties look extra mouth-watering with those oh so sexy grill marks. But I got some bad news for you, which you can probably guess. They're fake. It's all fake. It's a lie. Most burgers, like the place I worked at, cook the burgers on a flat surface, so how would they even get the grill marks? Chains add the marks for exactly the reasons described above. They make the burger look pretty, but instead of being earned on a grill, they usually leave the factory looking that way, either through branding or food dyes. But hey, at least it looks like it was grilled. Number 2. If you've ever worked in the fast food industry, you may have noticed how much of a chore it is to change the bag on a soda machine. It's definitely a workout. It was so weak, it was like, drag it over. So now imagine how annoying it is to clean the whole machine itself and then try and remember the last time anyone ever did it. For anyone who's ever done the swamp water trend at the pop machine by mixing all the flavors together, it may actually be closer to swamp water than you thought. Oh yeah. Soda machines are rarely cleaned properly or at all, as most franchise locations have no idea even how to do it. For one example of how bad it can get, according to tests taken on 30 soda machines in varying fast food restaurants in Virginia, close to 50% of all sodas had coliform bacteria, which indicates fecal contamination. The alternative is bleach, as most restaurants, when they do clean them, they just dump bleach down the hoses. So either it's bleachy or it has some things that don't belong there in it. So take your pick, guys. Here we are at number 1, and I'm so sorry, but if this list has made you hesitate to order fast food today, the food within the packaging may be the least of your worries. What you should really be worried about is the packaging itself. According to an article in 2020 written by CNN, toxic PFAs were found in the wrapping of Burger King's Whopper Burger, in Wendy's paper bags, and in McDonald's French fries, Big Mac wrappers, and cookies. What are PFAs? PFAs are man-made perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl chemicals, which are made up of a chain of linked carbon and fluorine chemicals which don't degrade in the environment. According to the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, scientists can't even determine a half-life for PFAs, which is when at least 50% of the chemicals disappear. More than 4,700 PFAs exist, and they can also be found in non-stick cookware, cell phones, commercial aircrafts, and apparently now they're in chicken nuggets. Fast food companies put them in the wrapping so as to prevent grease leaking through, but by doing that, it actually contaminates the food. But so what, right? Well, research also had found over the last decade that exposure to PFAs can lead to liver damage, immune disorders, cancer, and endocrine disruption, which interferes or mimics natural hormone processes. If you're afraid of eating a burger, maybe ask for it to be wrapped in a napkin instead of like the foil wrapper. And that is our top 10 list of real tricks that fast food companies don't want you to know. Though, now you do, so choose wisely on your next late night order. Let us know in the comments any fast food horror stories you have. I think it'd be fun. I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and until next time, take care, you guys.